Good morning. Hello. That's not a can that I've opened yet. Give me 1 second while I get a drink, because I don't have an drink. Alright, I feel like I want to shrink myself down for this game. Boop, boop. Take up a little less space for today. We're playing a game called A Mortician's Tale. I have not played this before, but considering the stuff, considering what it is, I'm going to guess it's going to be very emotional and, you know, probably a little intense. So, just consider yourself forewarned. Yeah. I discovered this game personally around when Mortuary Assistant came out, because I was like, oh, that's really cool, and like the idea of like morticians is actually kind of interesting, and I wanted to like look for a game that was kind of had the same like mechanics, like the idea of like being a mortician, but didn't have the horror aspect to it. Which if I played it nowadays, or if I discovered Mortuary Assistant nowadays, I would have just played that. But I got looking around online for just games about being a mortician, and found this one. And Pearl has apparently played this before, and my model is lagging. Okay, oof. Alright, let's switch models real quick. I have things set up for that, at least. We always have a plan B, chat. Bang. I'm trying not to make a bang. Yeah, there's a little bit one. A little noise. But yeah, I expect this game to be a little emotional. I feel like I should clean that lens, now that we actually use this lens for, you know, the tabletop stuff. This looks good. I just hope it looks good. Okay. Oop. Oh, I'm over here. Hello. I'm over there. Let me move myself over. There we go. This is a good size, too. Okay. Click into game. Okay. Let us begin A Mortician's Tale. That being all said and done. Okay, let's do this. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. It's a, it's a clicky click. It's a point click. Okay. Matthew Jeffrey. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke? I keep reading wrong. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I can't read today. What is going on? I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., Funeral Director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Amy Rose. From Amy Rose, the Rose and Daughters staff. Hello everyone. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director of Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Hello, Charlie. Welcome. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is in your office / preparation room. You'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and, obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Best, Amy Rose. Jen Love. Huh? I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this. Learn more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, Ontario, cereal capital of Canada, to work in a museum. What a reference. Take that everyone who said take that everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for a funerals monthly letter. Consider it your graduation gift / I love you / I am super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you. Jen L., Museum Curator. London Pathology Museum. This is today's task, so we'll read that last. Funerals Monthly. Tips for good etiquette at a funeral. Thanks for subscribing. Each month we bring you a new letter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. Paki, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hello. Welcome. Well, as happy as, dealing with morticians can be. Thank you for subscribing. Each month we bring a new newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that. But here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Number 1, don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and a place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Number 2, don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Number 3, don't get drunk. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful with the grieving family and friends. Okay, I see where the dialogue was there. Okay. Number 4, happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Number 5, give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. Number 6, dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. Number 8, give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can be even just cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and be helpful. I'm going to read the website first before we read that as well. Our services. Here at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home, we're committed to providing loved ones with the best and most affordable funeral services in the area. We offer a diverse range of personalized funeral service options to fit every need. Burial with open casket ceremony is about $6,000. Burial with closed casket ceremony is about $4,000. Cremation with ceremony, $1,700. Direct burial with no ceremony or reception, $1,900. Direct cremation with no ceremony, $600. We also offer custom packages to suit every budget and need. Please do not hesitate to contact us with any questions. about Rose and Daughters. Rose and Daughters Funeral Home was founded by my grandparents back in 1956. The Rose family has proudly served the area since then, providing personal, affordable funeral services for all. I'm proud to have carried on my family's business for the last 36 years, working with the best and brightest funeral directors and grief counselors in the area. Counselors is missing a C. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you've recently experienced a loss and would like us to help you through this hard time. Okay. Today's tasks. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad you have someone young. He's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Miss Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. Family seems a little bit more united than the previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Miss Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon, Amy. Special requests. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and Daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated. And we will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment. And since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter, Mia. Dear Mia, of course, we will happily oblige your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral directors receive your request. Sure thing. I'll get right to it. Oh goodness. Oh no. This is already getting a little heavy. I knew this was gonna be heavy, but I don't know. I for some reason I didn't think it would be heavy. I don't know. This is the prep room where you will prepare bodies for funerals and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you're just going to clean the body. Collect the sponge and drag it over to clean. Sound effects are so loud. Such a loud sponge. That's it, you're done. Miss Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Miss Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased's body, but it is also important to pay respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay, hang on. Let me... Oh, I have to exit to the main menu. You would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy. But it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Mommy, I'm hungry. Can we go? Yeah. I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? I'm almost certain that's probably not what they do. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. You usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. October 11th, 10:09 a.m. We cleaning. Oh, this is the outfit on the advertisement poster. Jennifer. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. Oh, okay. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptosis. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, of course it's probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension, that word about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet I am treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Marley. Janelle. Right, I need to scroll all the way down and then read from bottom to top. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, and anybody, male colleagues, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately. Even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting me, hurting my head. I know it's the word for like condescending. Condescension. You hear it said out loud. Condescension. Sorry. It's too quiet for the microphone here. Condescension. What is the pronunciation for said word? That is oh so complicated to pronounce. Such a weird word to read too. Condescension. Condescension. Okay, that makes sense. My brain understands now. Ugh, sorry. I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. Oh, do we pause for ads? You know what? We're just reading We're just reading emails, so I won't worry about. Okay. Funerals monthly. What to wear when you're attending a funeral for a different culture. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes. At least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes some people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more to the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire, where people would wear black as a symbol of mourning? Black isn't universally a symbol of mourning, though, and if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and in Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it is less about the color you are wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, color of the clothing isn't as important as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule of any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you are attending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you. So be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible, even if it means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral. Or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. Another one from Jeffrey. Story about death. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our clients to their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But, so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us. So, we had at least 3 different cars full of us. Like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed right into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness. But can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing in that way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, go figure, life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. Just remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later, and is nothing remarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? See you in a bit, Charlie. Hi, Amy. Please pass along my deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So, what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Best, Mia. Wait, it gave me the option to click on it. I had to try. Just passing a message along. Thanks for the hard work, Charlie. Alright. Job. Hey, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval, an elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter, Lizzie Duval, if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best, Rose. P.S. Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew, he knows. I'll get right on it. Our first embalming. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. This gotta be a clean, sir. Click the razor. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each socket to give it shape. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue to each eye. Boop, boop. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag cotton balls. Put them in the mouth to give it shape. To keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Make our incision. Going to need a tube for draining. This is where? Now you need to connect the embalming machine to the... Grab some additional tubing. Okay. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the... Yeah. Oh, there we go. Button on the embalming machine, turn it on. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage through the body. I don't know if I'd be able to do this as a job, honestly. Now suture it back. Almost done. You'll need to drain the organs of remaining fluid. Click the trocar. Click and hold the abdomen till the liquids have been drained. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah. 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, the person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah. It's weird to think about. It's weird to think about for too long. Like, staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird. Our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah. I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals. So, mostly white, but, like, definitely not red, no matter what. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. There's a guest book, let me sign it. Let me be respectful and sign the guest book. December 2nd, 10:22 a.m. Cleaning. We're gonna be using this station today, I guess. Cremation. Crematory. Alright. Ooh, interesting. I didn't know if this was going to touch upon this. This is okay. Interesting. LGBTQ funerals. Respect. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook in Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to the observation, obviously, enters into a world of issues, since bodies can be so different. And because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. So, a step in the right direction. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Let's go. That's so good. So well put. Paycheck coming late, sorry. Hey Matthew. This is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income, and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for the next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about the whole thing, and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. So sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Take care, Amy Rose. Paycheck coming late, sorry. Forward. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyways, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm going to grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone, and swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. Matthew. Meet cutes or death positive cuties. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned any everybody knew since the breakup from 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired. Okay, let me take a moment. Oh my goodness. But you're always saying how you're tired. You're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day. So maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin, and witchy gothy aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom ran over. I'm going to try it out because turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interested other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet though. Jen. Amy. Lizzie Duvall. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him in such a kind way. Thank you, Lizzie. Passing on this lovely note. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Amy. There's a close button. What does close do? Oh, it literally just kicks me out of... Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm on it. Cool. We also get to look at cremation. That's neat. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Great, Mrs. Hall is all set to be cremated now. This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash, as so much as bone fragments. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them into the top of the cremulator. Now all the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back into the counter. Make sure to put Mrs. Hall's necklace back into the urn. Don't forget the tag. Last step. Click the urn's lid and drag it to the top of the urn. Well done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. Yeah, this is heavy. I'm not surprised. It's gonna hit like every single thing. I just know it. It's gonna hit every single little thing that would be like super heavy and emotional and tough to deal with. Keep on protecting Earth with green burials. Funerals monthly. You lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green and natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly, it's that bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment. And bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. I read that right. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. A Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial at Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000. So better for the people, the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget people. This is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore/preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Going green and not using toxic chemicals from embalming helps protect funeral directors, while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. We here at Funeral Monthly think green burials are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. We got a letter from Jen. Charlie, I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, It's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? My score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Jen. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out, and you would know somebody I could talk to about all of this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer to me as someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough, with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you. I'm sorry for being an inconvenience, Ryan. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually, I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. And it would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. That's a weird sentence. Hi, Amy. I am so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our requests for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. That's just a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, Margreta. Thought you'd like to see this thank you note. Whoa, Amy, whoa, okay. News about the future of Rose and Daughter's funeral home. Hi all. It is with a heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. What? I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it'd be best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Will said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are, that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So, we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises, a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though, honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but admittedly, I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This is easier for me. Please understand. Sincerely, Amy Rose. Alright. Cremation Pacemaker. Hi, Amy. You asked if there was any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Thanks, Mariana. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Best, Amy Rose. Sounds good. I'll take care of it. No information about who they are. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. First, make an incision. Collect the forceps. Take out the pacemaker. Identification tag in. Mr. Reyes is all set to be cremated. Oh yeah, I guess doing sutures wouldn't be as important if you're cremating. Break bone figures down into hash marines. Oop. Put the urn back, put the tag in, and put the lid on. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. I agree here. It's a pretty color. Did you ever end up clearing the air with our father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. I feel like I need to be dressed more appropriately. Is there, oh. Hang on. This isn't me being funny, by the way. This is me literally being like, I feel like I'm underdressed for this. being 100% sincere, I feel under. This feels not right. This program just does not have what I would. Oh, there we go. This is better. Ears. Where's the ear? There is the ears. Why does Squish do that? Huge on like most of the long hairs in this model. That okay. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out.
Oh my god, it's corn.
Hi, JJ. It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you about the time we tailgated? Hi JJ, welcome to a bit of a teep game. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course, he never listened to me. So that figures. Welcome to the game that's so emotional that I felt the need to change my model to be more respectful. Oh, that's not what I want. I hear you. Hang on. I'm coming. It's email reading time, chat. It's time to read our emails. I want to see if there's like a nice longer hair. This is better. It's still a bit longer than I'd like it to be, but it's better. Oh. I've gotten so used to this hairstyle, I don't think I can pick any other hairstyle anymore. Okay, I'll stop playing around with model stuff, sorry. Psych Mike, hello. Bonjour. Ça va bien. Do I still have French on my thing? I don't think I still have French on— I do still have French on my thing. Oh, okay. I thought I removed French. Bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va bien, et toi? Welcome back. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Welcome back. Now, we rarely do listicles. We rarely do listicles here, but for this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best. That's me. I do speak English. I speak both. I am primarily English. We thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult. And since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people. I do speak French. I have a certificate that says I am legally bilingual. Although I do not remember, like, majority of my French. I was half expecting something to change on this website now that we're bought out. Maybe later down the road. Yeah, I can still speak a decent amount of French. If need be, I can whip it out. Whip out my French skills. My hair back to what it was. Alright, but fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what not to say to someone who's grieving. So, here it is. Funeral Monthly's top 5 things not to say at a funeral. Number 1, at least they're not suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this. / it's probably not your place to dictate. Sorry. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it is true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. Number 2, were they saved? No religious statements, just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not always comforting, it can also be insulting. Number 3, they're with the angels now. See if bug notes, then rinse, repeat. Number 4, let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them. Take them to their favorite restaurant, or buy tickets to see a movie together. Number 5, I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to that word. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied in any situation, don't say stuff for the sake of saying stuff. Just say, "I'm sorry," if you don't know what else to say. I am looking that word up because I have never heard that word before in my life. Commiserate. Express or feel sympathy or pity. Sympathize. Empathy doesn't involve having to sympathize, in other words. Commiserate. Mushrooms. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want the mushroom suit. I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that. But I can't remember the name of it. And I'm writing you on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people called a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? Jen. Last week's a story. Story is German. That's actually pretty interesting. That is quite a little problem, isn't it? That's kind of cool, though. That's really neat. Mariana Reyes. Hi, Amy. Just wanted to thank you for the service the other month and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock to me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Mariana. I pass this along to you. Thank you, Amy. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters for his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As payment, we'll bring a check. Manuel Scott. Oh no! Okay. Heavy topic warning. Heavy topic warning. This deals with very heavy topics. I'm warning people now. If you cannot deal with this, I read a single word, which this literally has yes or no on whether or not you're comfortable with this. I'm warning people now. I'm going to be the good streamer and warn you now. If this is not something you can handle, I don't know, mute stream or something. I'll change my ad pause. Heavy topic warning. Heavy topic warning. For those who are not down for heavy topics right now, I will have this on screen for as long as heavy topic is involved with this stream. Which may not help if you decide to read the text with me. Just turn away for a few minutes or something. And then of course with the VOD, I'll put like a timestamp for when we're over this heavy topic. Okay, heavy topic. I actually don't know if I'm ready for this. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation. Yet, anyways, they're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advanced directive regarding these wishes. So his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want to with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later this afternoon. Charlie, is suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Am I allowed to do this on Twitch? Is this fine with Twitch? Cause I know with Twitch TOS, like some of the more like M-rated stuff, like the more adult stuff is like it's okay if like in a game if there's no way to like get past it. But like if you have the option, you're supposed to like it get out of having to break TOS. I don't think this would break TOS. Either way, I'm gonna do it. I don't know how deep this might get. It might be rough. The deceased family has asked for an open casket. Let's start by cleaning the body. Clean. Shave. Massage. Insert eye caps. Glue. Cotton in the mouth. Suture. Lotion. Come on. Lotion the body. Tube. This guy. Tube. There we go. Okay. And massages. Okay, this is where it's gonna get rough. This is the part where it's gonna be a little extreme. I can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Been able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. Can't blame yourself. You wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It's just... it hurts. Yeah. I know. I wish we were closer. Wow. I wish we were closer. Wow. I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. Okay, that hit a little bit. We're good. Alright. That's our we're out of that deep zone. We probably have to read the response message as well though. That got deep in like kind of a scary way. There's the name change. This is what I was expecting. Hillside Heritage. Calls for a quote. Oh, this whole website got updated. Operated by Hillside Heritage Enterprises. Offer many packages fitted to suit every size of gathering and budget. Ask us about our selection of caskets, urns, and headstones. The largest in the country. The country? Wait, are we in Canada? Wait, does this actually take place in Canada? Yo, wait, actually? Oh, that's kind of cool. Bronze funeral package. An intimate gathering and memorial for loved ones. Customized to fit individual needs. Best suited for groups of 25 to 50. Silver funeral package. Small but special celebration for your loved one. Best suited for groups of 50 to 100. Gold funeral package. Give your loved ones the best with the best we have to offer. A large gathering to celebrate your loved one. Best suited for groups over 100. Subject to additional fees. Payment plans available. Hillside Heritage. Rose and Daughters is the newest funeral home to join Hillside Heritage, proudly serving 56 different communities nationwide since 1964. Rose and Daughters features several available packages for burials and cremations, a specific visitation suite for added comfort, and catering available on site. Rely on our dedicated and friendly... Is that you, Lil? That's you, Lily. 1 second. Ow, my foot. Rely on our dedicated and friendly staff to help you with your funeral needs. Whether you need our immediate assistance for a loved one or would like to pre-plan your own final arrangements. Funerals Monthly. Different funeral traditions. Ooh. Okay, this is actually kind of interesting. Funeral rites. Even in our own culture, maybe funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. And I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with a death, but the goal is almost always the same: offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone. So often, families will appoint a shumer, a guardian, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be past that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families began to cremate more often, but there are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. And not all practices are somber either. Ever heard of the turning of the bones, or Pamadihana? A ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Pamadihana has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and a way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously. But that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. Death Cafe. Come increase awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity." See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday. You're invited to attend a Death Cafe. Death. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. I can't read. The oldest in our collection, and you can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you a link when I have it cataloged. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? But anyways, this event that I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe place. Jen. Matt, what the H? Can I just say, first off, that this is bullcrap. Ugh. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No. Okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This is 6 feet under. This isn't 6 feet under. And they swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. Matthew. P.S. If you are reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Chad Grant. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprise, Incorporated. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country. But of course, I really have a bad time of focusing on what I'm reading. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprise culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. Chad Grant, CEO and Managing Funeral Director, Hillside Heritage Enterprise, Rose and Daughters Division. We're not getting emails from Amy anymore. Leah Innocence. I also didn't get a forward from that last one, probably because it was so heavy. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Thank you, Leah. Charlotte. Below are the details for the next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. Chad Grant. I'll get right on it. I'm so glad none of these are like, oh, they were in a horrible accident, and then you like see how horrible the accident is. That would have been a bit much. Whoops. I'm not quite on that button, but it's close enough, I guess. Urn. This is a very pretty urn. The birds are very nice. That didn't say that Amy takes it to the... All I can do on this computer is read emails? Okay. Told me about a game, so I thought I could play it. Whoa, there's so many people here. She was always so careful. Wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. A-hole drivers. They need to pay attention. You heard what's happening to the driver? No. I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear. I'm glad I'm here, but wow. I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. to go through all her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need any help, I can help. No thanks. I mean, but no. I don't know. It's so intimate. It feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah. She was kind of a closed book. Except to you. Yeah. Yeah, she was special. I'm glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it, seeing her body. March 24th, 10:30 a.m. I'm coming. Rules and code of conduct. Okay, green burial policy. Ooh, are we gonna get to do a green burial? Home funerals. Why do it? The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased. But nowadays, people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the option and assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a long period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn, or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to be buried or cremated. The idea of keeping the deceased's body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and to see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, service, flowers, cards, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards to $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement, from signing the death certificate to overseeing burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or your loved ones, make sure you follow everything by the book. But just know that this may be an option available to you and your loved ones, if so choose. Dr. Zayas from Jen. I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs. Like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We, as a species, have seen the beginning of our end. Okay, Jen. Green burial policy. Hello, Charlotte. I have reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage Enterprise can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals, as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage Enterprise must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, casket, and vaults instead. I trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers, Charlotte. Well, I feel like you're losing customers by denying what their wishes are. Hello. As stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprise. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second most importantly to this is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell, i.e., always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. I'm not liking the sound of this. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased's loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner Catering Concepts provides high quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. I expect all of the above changes will be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into the high-quality services Hillside Heritage Enterprise is known for. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? Matthew. P.S. I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry, ever. I hear you, Matthew. Charlotte, I'm proud to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprise received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte. Although Hillside Heritage Enterprise is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is preferred here as it is more cost-effective of the two options. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. I'll take care of it. we'll need to prepare. He doesn't seem to have any valuables on him that would be damaged during cremation, so let's just worry about putting his identification tag into the box. What if he has a pacemaker and we don't know that? Just saying. This is an unclaimed body that was just found. I almost forgot the urn. Okay, I didn't expect to have a ceremony necessarily. Oh, okay. That's fair. Okay. Just pay my own respects. Which, as a personal person, I feel like if I were to be doing this job, I would also like make sure to pay my respects, no matter what the situation. If there's no funeral, if there's like nothing going on, while I'm working on it, if that's the only time I'll get, the only chance I'll get, I'll do it. Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Water cremation. We can call it a few different things, like flameless cremation. Bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide. Or perhaps more commonly, rhizomation. Its technical name, though, is actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here and it's environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment. The high energy consumption that adds to greenhouse gases effect being one of the chief amongst them. And water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali in water, heated up very high, about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation processes. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who want their death to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. Who don't want their death, sorry. Jen, dating a special effects makeup artist. Ooh. And she's like the coolest person I ever met in my life. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it like that last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento Mori, or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming. Like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of the Ferris wheel. Be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me for now. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know you have my support 100%, no matter what you decide. I want to know what our emails are. Register a business. What? What is this? What is this? What is this? National Revenue Agency. Register your business, 11 permits. You're interested in starting a funeral service business, you may need the following permits and license. Are we looking up how to start our own funeral service? Number 1, Articles of Incorporation. The applicant must file Articles of Incorporation, BCA Form 1, with Central Production and Verification Services Branch in order to incorporate. Number 2, registration of a business name of a corporation. To register a business name for a corporation under the Business Name Act, the applicant must complete a BNA Form 2 to receive a master business license. Number 3, registration of a sole proprietorship / general partnership. The applicant must complete a BNA Form 1 with Central Production and Verification Services Branch to register a business name for the sole proprietorship / general partnership under the Business Names Act. Are we starting our own? Are we looking to start our own funeral parlor? Matthew. Charlie, it's official. I put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. But you I'm worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people who work with you, You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Matthew. P.S. I'll bring beers over next week. We can talk a bit more freely. Latest Contract Acquisition Hospital. Hello all. We are thrilled to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprise subsidiary Rosen Daughters just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us access to all of the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over $15 million in fundraising and donations annually. This will no doubt be a boon for Hillside Heritage Enterprise bright and sustained future. Okay, Kofi Dimka. Dear Mr. Grant, regarding the last time we spoke, My daughter and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden. We don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she has a proper send-off. Thanks, Kofi Dimka. Dear Mr. Dimka, I understand you desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise you your wife's funeral will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was, beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about this day. You and your daughters are going through a hard time right now. Let us here at Rose and Daughters make this difficult time a little easier for you. Dear Mr. Grant, okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Thank you for considering us in this hard time. Kofi. Charlotte, I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose the sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that we've lost a customer because your refusal to upsell. That is part of your job. Sure, I'll get right on it. Yeah, this particular, like, work, it'd be so difficult to, like, yeah, you're a business, like, you need to make money somehow, but it'd be so hard to, like, try and convince for, like, getting more out of it, like, upselling. Like, when it comes to retail work, I already, like, when I had to do, like, retail work, like, selling, like, being a cashier, upselling was probably my least favorite thing to do, and probably the hardest thing for me to do. Because a lot of people, like, especially me, like, I know the feeling because I am one of those people. A lot of quite a few people quite a few people just kind of want to be in and out and just, like, this is what I'm here to buy. I just want to get my thing and leave. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I have no interest. I don't really want to, like, have any extra conversations if I don't need to. Just because of, like, anxiety and stuff. So it's hard for me to upsell to people, and this job in particular would be so much harder to upsell, because, like, it's even worse to be like, you know, they're already having a hard time and in a tough place, and being like, you know, I know things are really difficult right now, but I think you should spend more money than what you initially want to. What you want to do is great and all, but I think you should spend more money. And I would feel so gross for that. The name of this game is A Mortician's Tale, where you're a mortician. That's it. But of course, because you're a mortician, it has some pretty intense. It's got some pretty intense theming to it. 1 second. And I quite literally meant 1 second. This feels so impersonal. You would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have their reasons. Oh, hey. What did you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh yeah. I've heard that show is so good. I saw that video of the one kid actor doing karaoke. Ote. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. Would be good to stretch my legs. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seemed right. Excuse me. What that Chad guy said seemed right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah. I just want Mom to know I loved her. I wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh. It's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please, don't be hard on yourself. Yeah. I'm going to miss her. Me too. I feel like this is going to lead to us getting fired from this company, or we're going to quit and start our own. Oh! Dear Charlie, dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rosen Daughters. If there is anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to help. Best wishes, Amy Rose. P.S. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. Mongolia Forest, Funeral Home and Natural Burial Park. Our services, Mongolia Forest, named after the Mongolia trees that surround the funeral home. Specializes in at-home funerals and green burials in our natural burial park. Our goal is to empower families and encourage them to have a closer relationship with death and the dying process. The death of a loved one as floating space ghosts. Just makes streams and videos and things. Yeah. It's wild, isn't it? Especially when, like, you don't have, like, a real, like, an IRL face to, like, attach to the voice. It's like, oh yeah, they're just a normal human like me. That's insane. The death of a loved one can be confusing and sometimes traumatic time. And we want you to feel fully involved with your loved one's death care decisions. Yeah. Granted, I wake up at like a different time than most people would, but it's relative to the world. It's currently nearing 10 o'clock in the morning here, which when we're done stream, I'm gonna go to bed. I wake up around, at my time, 6 to 7 p.m. Anytime between 6 and 7 p.m. Realistically, between 7 and 8 p.m. lately. Yeah, and then I'm awake all night. And then go to bed at, like, 11 o'clock in the morning. I get no sun. I am as pale as can be. It's really bad. But I have vitamins for that. It's okay. Which I should probably start taking a lot more often now, because now that winter's hit, there's no sun whatsoever. I can't get sunlight if the sun's not out when I'm awake. Whether you're looking to care for your loved one from the comfort of your home, be present during their cremation, or bury them in our natural cemetery, Mongolia Forest is here to work with you and provide these simple but intimate and meaningful options. Natural Burial Park. Our natural burial park allows the body to return to the earth and recycle naturally. It is intended as an environmentally sustainable alternative to existing funeral practices. Our park has room for bodies of all sizes and ages, as well as beloved pets. Families also have the option to bury their loved ones themselves if they so choose. Prices. We believe in being transparent about our prices and practices. We are happy to explain all of our prices, work with your budget, and hope to make you feel comfortable and confident in your decisions. Let us know if we can answer any of your questions. Home funeral for $1,000. Green burial and services for $2,200 and $2,250 for adults, all inclusive. Direct cremation, $600, all inclusive. Infants are buried at no charge. We can provide a 3x3 plot and help opening and closing the grave. Hey, Charlie. When I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering. It was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree. And thankfully, I concentrated on my driving skills. Since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie. Can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason I was worried you'd think less of me. But I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind. And besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, I might add. I actually love it. These kids are pretty cute, but don't tell Amy that I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and being all cynical about them. Congrats on the new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. Carrying the dead to carrying the youth. Man really is working on both sides of life. He is. It's really cool. I'll swing by the new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Be seeing ya, Matthew. Jen. Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously. I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. But you've struck through it all like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying to not be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Always, Jen. P.S. Have you heard about these green burial pods? When I find the link in my million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. Eileen Hansen. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for understanding and for your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1 p.m. Best, Eileen Harson. I'll see you soon. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much. But thank you for helping me give her the funeral she's always wanted. Anyways, I think we're ready to get started now. Yay! We did it! That's the game. We beat the whole game. What a sweet game. 2.5 hours. We got 2 of the 3 achievements. There's one other achievement we'll try and get. If I can figure out how to get it. Oh, that's the wrong click that I wanted. This is the click I wanted to do. I want to put this back on. Oh, that is not the right red. That's better. Got a 360 no scope and email. I mean, the last achievement, the icon for it is actually Charlie with sunglasses on. Win a game of Tales of the Crypt Sweeper. Okay, how do we play Tales of the Crypt Sweeper? So we got Chatty Charlie, which is talk to every person at a funeral, and we got Rest in Peace, which is finish a Mortician's Tale. So how do we go about playing the game? Go to main menu. Let me see if there is a 100% guide. Oh, okay. On one of the days, the tab is different. So right now is the Rose and Daughters. So we kind of have to speedrun for a bit. I'm gonna guess on the day where Jen talks about Crypt of the Mind of the Minesweeper Crypt game. On the day that she mentions it, our tab is probably the Crypt game. So you don't actually have to talk to any of these people, we just have to pay respects and then continue on. But we got an achievement for talking to everyone. I didn't know that. My little guy is not on my shoulder right now. Here we go. Because you're so cool after hitting on 360. Exactly. Alright. Still Rose and Daughters. This is the embalming introduction. This is a nice short little game. So it's a piece. So from the email, it's supposed to be like Minesweeper. Oh. Right. Giving steps. To massage first. Now eye caps. And glue. Cotton. Suture. Lotion. Make incision. Put the tube in, put this in, and do that, and start the machine. And massage the embalming fluid in. And then sew it up. And then drain the body fluids. One job that I actually still kind of want to do, which is like in the same like business. I kind of want to be a like gravekeeper, like doing like cleaning and maintaining the burial grounds. I feel like that'd be kind of a neat job. And it's also the same thing of like respecting those who passed. necklace and the tag with the lid on. Now we're just achievement hunting. We experienced an emotional game, and now we're just achievement hunting. I think this is the day. Yeah, there it is. Left click dig, right click flag. Oh. Oh. Interesting. So I'm gonna say this is 1. The moon is 2. So that's 1, 2. 1 here. That one's fine. This and this are fine. That's 1, 1. So that's clear. That's 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 1. Dun, 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 dun. I think this is 3 and this is 4. 1 over here. 1 up here. 1 here. 2 here. 3 here. 2 here. 1 there. 1, 2, that. 3, 4, 2, 1, 1. Dun 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 dun. Do. This is 2, so that 2 click. 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 2 there. 2 there. 1, bam, boom, pow, pop. 2 to 4. That one's clear. 1, 2, 3. It could be one of those 2. It's 1 there. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cool, that's 2 there and there. That's a 1. And 2. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, did I mess up? I messed up. Oh, that shouldn't have been. Yeah, okay. Should have been there. That's... Oh no, does the symbols change each time? So this is our 1 now? Oh, that's so mean. Alright, this is our 1. I'm gonna guess this is our 2 now. That's 1. Oh goodness, 2. Clear there. 2. Bam, bam. 1. Bam, bam. 1, 2, 2. 1. 1, 2, 2. Oh no. 1, 2. This is clear. This is so 2 and 2, like so. That's 1, 2, 2. Clear that one. So 1, 2. That's 1. This is. It's either 3 or 4. I'm guessing it's 4, because I think this is 3. Yeah, this is 3. Okay, the U is 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. For that, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3s. Okay. So a 1, so this is 4. Interesting. This is a 1 here. That's a 3 for that U. That's a 1 there. 1. Cool. This is a 2. 1, 2. 2. That's still possible there. That's a 1 there. 1 here. This wall is not exactly my best friend right now. Okay. Add 1 corner. This is Minesweeper. This is Minesweeper, but all the numbers have been replaced with symbols that randomize every single time you mess up. There's a 2, that's a 3, perfect. Oh, this wall is not my favorite person right now. That's a 2 there, 3. 2, 2. We said O was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes that 2 there. 3, 4 for that. 1, 2, 3 for that. 2 for that. There we go. Okay. A little more breathing room. 2 here. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1 into 1. And those 2. Like that. Good. Oh. Thankfully, I played a lot of, like, Minesweeper as a pastime in my days, so I kind of know what I'm doing. Emphasis on kind of. That's 2. And 2. 3. That's a 2. That's a 4, so that'd be that. 2 there, so get rid of that. This is a 3, so get rid of that. That's a 2, so that one stays. It's 1 and a 1. And a 1, and a 1, and a 1. Alright. This stays. This is a 3, so 1, 2, and it'll be one of these 2. That's a 1 there, so this one, that stays. 1, 2, 2 of these. 1, 2, 1 of these. This is a 1. 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's a 2, a 2. This is a 3. Very obvious spot that I can fiddle with right now, and I cannot see it. This one right here. This is a 2. That 2, a 1. Oh, this is a 1, so everything touching this and everything touching this. So that's a 1. There we go. That can go. This is a 1. Good. So that's the 3. That's the 4. 1, 2, 3. That must be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 4. That was a jump scare. We did that. We did it. We got all the ghosts. I can't mess it up now that I've succeeded. That was so loud. Oh my word. That actually scared me. Okay, we 100% completed the Mortician's Tale. Is this the... No. I want to go through and go to that one spot where it, like, divides, and I want to see if, like, what happens differently, or if it's just, like... Yeah. I want to see what's different. Pacemaker, stick the tag in the coffin, and start the machine. Click on Arn. Place urn, insert remains. Bump, 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 bump. Exit. I just want to see what's different with that one part where we had to choose yes, I'm comfortable, no, I'm not comfortable. I'm gonna guess it just removes the, like, dialogue stuff related to it. The heavy topics. Change. Yeah. No, I'm not comfortable. I guess it just gives me a similar job, but removes all of the dialogue. As for an open casket. Mrs. Rosie. Massage, insert eye caps. Cotton. Future. Lotion. Insert, inject, into machine, and massage. This would be such a weird job to do, honestly. The more I think about it, the more, like... Yeah, just the more I think about it. Like, I don't know, it'd be so odd to me. I mean, it's definitely one of those things of, like, if it was easy, like, anyone would do it. Oh, there's still people to talk to for this. I think it's the same character layout, but it's probably different dialogue. Where's Maria? She couldn't be here. She didn't want to see her mother's body. I mean, I don't blame her. Anyways, I'm pretty impressed with the food. Did you try the amaretti? She's no longer suffering or in pain. Yeah. She's in a better place now. She was too good for this world. Okay. Thanks, Aunt Sandy. I haven't cried since she died. Not once. How is Anna crying, not me? I'm the one who lost a parent. Doesn't look like her at all. Okay. I am now satisfied and can say that I have completed this game to the full potential. Exit to main menu. That was a nice game. It was a good game. I liked it. It was, of course, very deep, but like very, very heavy. But I enjoyed the game. Very nice game. Which, of course, ended up touching on some pretty heavy topics, which is not a surprise. Honestly. When you're dealing with this kind of topic, it's heavy. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Do this, and I didn't want to do that, actually. I'll do this, and 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 do this, and that. Alright. I'm gonna call it here. It is a little earlier than usual, but well, we beat the game. There's not a whole lot more. Yeah, I'll probably just take the rest of my rest of the time to just chillax before I go to bed. But thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I suppose. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you for hanging out. But if this game made you feel things that like you now were like, oh man, I don't know, but please look online for like a mental health helpline. I highly recommend it. Even if this game didn't, and you are dealing with, you know, any sort of like internal struggles, I always encourage people, like, if don't be afraid to look into getting mental health and like getting in contact with someone who can, like, someone professional who can help you through tough times or like tough emotions, because emotions are a tough thing. There's literally an entire science, like there's schools. You have to go to school to learn about a lot of this stuff. I took a single psychology course in high school, and there was so much that we learned just from that alone, and it barely scratched the surface of the entirety of psychology and mental health. It is a complicated thing. Don't feel like you're a lesser person if you are having a hard time with your own emotions and everything. They're complicated. Like, yes, there's courses and everything for this, but this is stuff that we're still learning about to this day. Like, only a few years ago, like, if there was a kid who's being super hyperactive or just not attentive, you would take them to a doctor's and they'd be like, oh, you just have a hyperactive kid. They're just very hyperactive. You just need to find a way to calm them down and keep them focused. Back then, it was just like, oh, it's just kids being kids. It's whatever. But like, nowadays, with all the research we've done and everything, like, chances are that kid probably had like ADHD or something like that. Some sort of like mental situation that's not just a kid being a kid. A lot of like my generation and the generation before me are learning this and like seeing mental health doctors and therapists, psychiatrists, and seeing just all sorts of doctors and learning, yeah, it's not just normal human, like, yeah, your body is not actually operating on a normal system. Like, there are some things that just aren't firing on the same pistons as some other humans in the world, which is an okay thing, and you can talk through it and learn more about it. I know it seems weird to talk about mental health after a stream. I'm doing very good mental health wise, in case anyone was wondering and was concerned. I'm doing good. There was that one moment during the heavy topic part of the game where I did say that it kind of hit me a bit. But I'm good. We're good. It was just a little unexpected detail that I didn't see coming that kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop, and a little bit of a realization. But overall, everything's good. We're great. We're fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Just sometimes you think about things and it's like, oh man, what if that was an experience I was feeling? That would be scary. That would be hard to deal with. And, you know, sometimes you just go through those thoughts, but like, they're thoughts, they happen. You gotta remember that. And a lot of the times you can, like, it's not bad to have those thoughts. You just reflect on them and be like, okay, well, I can do things to, you know, make changes of that. Of me not feeling that way, if that time ever arises. Which, you know, that's the nice thing, is like, just because it's like, oh man, that sucks. It's, you still have time. You're still here. You can still do good in the world. But yeah. No, I'm trying to delay the ads as much as possible because I want to really like talk about mental healthy stuff, because this was a heavy game, and though it's not a game about mental health or anything, it's still a huge part of the whole thing, because the topics and everything of this game are very difficult to process, and deal a lot with emotions. So they do have their connections. Even in the game, Charlie was like having difficulties with mental health and stuff, or like was talking about like feeling like having a hard time and feeling tired all the time, and you know, energy loss is, you know, when your mental health isn't in the greatest state, you don't have a lot of energy. But yeah, I just want to after that sort of you know, heavy topic of a game, just say if you're having a hard time and need to talk things out, I highly recommend trying to get in touch with any sort of mental health like hotline or anything. If you're not sure of like where to call, you can always look up like mental health. I think there's a good link to. You need to skedaddle, my good fake bot friend. Report spam scans bots. Okay. You can do a quick Google search and find places to find mental health helplines. This one's international. I'm going to guess this is only North America. Harvard, North America, probably. Select country, United States. Oh, it does have UK in here, and Australia. Different kinds of things apply. Okay, helpguide.org. You can place where you're from, what kind of specific help you're looking for, and it will give you some links that you can use. Links, phone numbers, all of the good stuff that you would need to touch upon. There's 911 in the United States, 911 in Canada. Oh, sorry, I'm reading things totally wrong. These are the emergency numbers for every location. I'm reading 911 as a total. It's the general emergency phone number. But that's not what you want. Which, this is actually kind of cool. General emergency. Why does Ireland have 2 general emergency numbers? And it's cool to see that there's one for hearing and speech impaired people in Australia. That's cool. So yeah, if there's like a general emergency, there's those phone numbers available. Say I'm in Canada, you can choose all the different kinds of whatever, like, sort of help you're looking for. If you're looking for help with mental health, ADHD, addiction, all that kind of stuff, you can click the specific one. Even caregiving. Alzheimer's and dementia, you can call someone for help. Literally everything. Even sleep. If you're having trouble with sleep, you need help with sleep, you can look up that. Literally all the information. So it has things for United States, UK, South Africa, New Zealand, Philippines, Ireland, Australia, Canada, and India. Very cool. And there's my ads, unfortunately. That's very cool. Alright. I forgot to keep an eye on the ad situation. Who's playing this? Oh. Creature. Okay. Did Creature post the thingies? No. Yeah, no. Okay. Anyways. I guess I'm gonna stay here till the ads are gone. What, you thought I was gonna entertain you while there's ads? There's 30 seconds. Good night, JJ. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a good sleep. I have a package that's supposed to be coming today, and I can't stop checking the thing. Okay. Okay. We are back from ads. Thank you for joining. Have a good sleeps, JJ. If you didn't hear that before. Have good sleeps. Thank you for joining. And thank you everyone else for joining, and I hope you all have a wonderful remainder of your nights or days or whatever time zones you may be in. And next stream should be tomorrow, and by then our Final Girl stuff should be in, so hopefully we'll be doing a final— oh no, I made myself yellow. Hopefully we should be doing a Final Girl stream and an unboxing. I'm excited. Depending on how long the unboxing takes us, we might just end up doing the unboxing the whole stream. We'll see, we'll see. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and I will see you all later. I'm trying to find a good skin tone. That's close enough. That's good enough. Okay, bye.